Hi guys, in today's tutorial I'm gonna show you how to create this cool realistic TV unit in Blender. But before we continue, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and let's get started. So first of all, let's create a cube and make the size 1.5 meter, 40 centimeters on y-axis and 50 centimeters on z-axis. Now go to Object Properties and here in Viewport Display, display as set wire. This will be the border of our TV unit. Create another cube, make the size here 0.4 meters, x-axis make 0.4 and z-axis make 28 centimeters. Now here enable snap and select here vertex, move it here and snap it to the border of our main cube. Now press tab to go to edit mode, 3 to face selection and select this face and scale it down by z-axis to something like this. What we're gonna do next, go to modifiers and add a mirror modifier, and here mirror object, select our main cube so it will mirror it here. Now duplicate this object, enable clipping, rotate it by 90 degrees by y-axis, snap it to the top and here to this border. Now press tab to go to edit mode, Z4 to wireframe and select these words and move it here. Now select these two words, go to front view and snap it to our previous cube, and now select this and move it to bottom here and snap it. Now duplicate this object and rotate it by y-axis 180 degrees, move it here, go to edit mode, select these words, move it to the center, these words move here, go to front view and snap it here. Now select these words, snap it to the bottom and here snap it to the top one. So this is the frame of our object. Now select all these objects, go to edit mode, go to front view, wireframe and select these words. Now with control deselect these words and now move those words inside a little bit, something like this. Go back to object mode. Now let's create the back. So here select this object, select face selection and Shift D to duplicate and P to separate selection. Select our new object, select these two words and move them here, something like this. Go to face selection again and extrude it to the top, to the bottom, and the back is ready. Now let's create our shelf in the middle. So add a cube, scale it down, make it 47 centimeters by x-axis and scale it down by z-axis, something like this. Select the back of it and snap it here, something like this will be good. Now select this one and move it a little bit back. Now duplicate it by x-axis and snap it here, rotate it by x-axis 90 degrees and snap it to the front. Go to edit mode and snap the top and the bottom parts. Now select this one and move it here. Now again add the mirror modifier here and select our main object. Now let's create the holes here for our handles. So go to edit mode, Control R, add here a loop cut and another loop cut here. Now select them and Control B and here change segments to 2, will be good. Select this frontwards and with loop tools add-on enabled, select here circle, scale it up a little bit and scale it up on x-axis and extrude it inside. Now press Ctrl 2 to add subdivision surface. Go back to edit mode and add here loop cuts, something like this, and another loop cut here. Now add a loop cuts inside our circle and add shade after smooth. So we have something like this. Now again select this middle shelf and duplicate it by x-axis, rotate it by 90 degrees by x-axis, and now rotate it by 90 degrees by z-axis. Go to edit mode, move it to something like this, move it here. Now snap this to the front and this, select this face and snap it to our shelf. Now add the loop cut in the middle and select these two edges and move them back. Now again add a mirror modifier. Now let's create handles. So add a cube, scale it down a little bit, go to front view and make the size you want. I'll do something like this. Scale it up by x-axis and move it to the front. Scale it down by y-axis and by z-axis a little bit. Now add a loop cut here and Ctrl B. Now select these faces and extrude them a little bit. Snap it here and Ctrl 2 to add a subdivision surface and shade after smooth. Now again add a mirror modifier and select our main object. So we have our main part ready. Let's add here a bevel modifier. So select our object and add a bevel modifier. But before that we need to enable the scale. And now add a bevel modifier. Make segments 3 and here go to edit mode and add a loop cut so you can control your bevel modifier. Something like this will be good. And make the same here. Now let's create legs for our TV unit, but we need to fix this before. So select this face. Now let's add legs. So add a cube, go to front view and scale it down, something like this, and snap it to the corner. Now go to edit mode and move this to the bottom of our main object, and I'll do something like this and scale it up a little bit. Now add here a loop cut and select this face and press S, X and 0 and do the same here, but press S, Y and 0, straight line here. Now again add a mirror modifier, select our main object and enable also y-axis. So we have 4 legs. What we're gonna do now, we will apply scale and add a bevel modifier. Make the same as you do before. Now go to edit mode, select this face, duplicate it and P to separate selection. Select your new object and with clipping enabled, extrude it here and add here a loop cut and do the same here. So select this face, Shift D to duplicate and P to separate selection. Go to edit mode and extrude it, but enable clipping. So we modeled our TV unit. Let's now move to render and material properties. So set here render engine to cycles and change it to GPU if you have. Add a plane and snap it to the bottom and scale it up. Now go to edit mode, select this edge and extrude it to the top and Ctrl B and change segments, apply shade after smooth. Now add a light, for example point, it will be enough just to see the materials, and increase the power to something like this and go to render preview. You can now select all your object and convert it to mesh. And you can now delete this main cube. For material, I'll be using Blender Kit add-on, so search for something like wood. I think this one will be great. Now select all objects, and with this selected, press Ctrl L and link materials. So we have same material on all parts of our object. You can now play with UV unwrap, so press tab, select all UV and Smart UV project and unwrap, and you can play with scale here in UV editing. So scale it up a little bit. And our TV unit is ready. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos, and watch also another videos on my channel. See you next time.